Hey, how's it going? My name is Dontrell Washington, and I'm going to be explaining the WildOut robot. So the WildOut robot is pretty much going to be the robot that we're going to use initially, right? That we're going to thrust out there because this is going to be the one that we're going to use to combat the wildfires. So it's going to actively spray out fire retardant, over the fires. So when I start to take a look at my design, what I essentially have is 3 sensors. So I have my left sensor, I have my center sensor, and my right sensor. And the left sensor, is going to monitor traffic in the way on the left side, similar to the sensor on the right. And the sensor in the center, obviously, is going to monitor things that are in front. In my design, I also used a hobby motor, similar to the other 2 robots. So this hobby motor is going to control the thrust, the acceleration of the vehicle. So if this is moving forward, it's going to make sure the robot moves forward. If it pulls back, it's going to start to bring that robot to a stop. Then at the bottom here, I have this servo, and this is also similar to my teammates. So basically, if this is going to be connected to the steering wheel, and if it turns left, the signal turns left, if this turns left, it's going to make sure the steering wheel turns left. If it turns right, and of course the sensors are going to control this turning, and it's going to make sure that steering wheel turns right. And then also, with this center, as we noted, if we pull this one all the way back, we can see how that hobby motor is pushing back to stop it. So yep, that's it. There we go. That's our robot. So now that we took a look at our diagram, we can start to take a look at our code. So pretty much what I have here is some variables, and then I have a function that pretty much is going to control the distance sensors. Next, we have the setup of the pins in Arduino, and of course this is going to allow us to see what's going on, this begin function. So as I scroll down my code and we get down to our loop section, this is again similar to a robot, Justin's robot, and it's a little different though. His is measured by inches, so my robot is going to track by feet. What I'm essentially doing is utilizing these sensors to make sure we read to see if, the robot is less than 150 feet away from fire. If so, the robot is going to turn that direction. And we have the same thing going on with the center function, feet center and feet right. Okay, we also have this fuel function, right? So this fuel function, we want to make sure that if the fuel is less than 10%, right, we want to make sure this firebot returns back to base. Okay, so if I start the simulation, we can see, okay, all right, we have our cervix centers itself. So let's see if we go on ahead and start to create some movement. You see we have it turning, right? And essentially what that will be doing is turning our steering wheel. So this sensor, once it reads things that are within 150 feet, it is going to make sure it steers, right? We have to make sure this robot goes to the fire. And then also, with this center, as we noted, if we pull this one all the way back, we can see how that hobby motor is pushing back to stop it. So yep, that's it. There we go. That's our robot.